attempting to change my clutch. It started slipping really bad on the last ride and it stunk, so it was a pretty good sign that it was slipping. I'm going to take the footrest so I can move the brake lever down and take the clutch cover off. You have to remove the 2 oil lines and the perch for the clutch. Just taking the bracket for the brake sensor off. I'm removing the cotter pin so I can pull the pin out and pivot the brake lever out of the way so I can pull the casing, the clutch casing out. Okay, so if I pull the spring out, I should be okay. Like that. So now this should pivot out of the way. We can start removing the cover. These are not working. I'm removing the clutch arm thingy for the clutch. Wiggle, wiggle. What's that song? Wiggle it off. Okay, that's off. Summer, can you pull the clutch in?
Yep.
Release it. Pull it in.
Okay, I am.
Release. Push. Pull. Push. Pull. Removing the 2 oil lines. The top oil line, when you take it off, there's a washer on top and at the bottom, so make sure you don't lose those 2.
It's leaking the...
Yeah, it was just a bit of oil that was in the filter. To show that I don't have that bike that high. It's sitting right on the edge, so if I was to tip it this way, it would definitely come out. I'm about to perform surgery on my motorcycle. There's 4 bolts holding the springs, the clutch springs underneath. The manufacturer says to go in this pattern up, down, and then across. So that's what I'm gonna do. These are 7 foot-pound of torque. 36. Hold on. Let me refer to my manuals. So these are supposed to be at least 33 millimeters. They're actually not bad. 33.96. They're still within spec anyway. 34. So 2 of them are on a bit of the lower side, but they're still all perfectly fine. I'll inspect all of them, but they all look brand new. That's brand new. Let's see how there's burnt spots on this one.
Yeah. Luckily, this guy had replaced his clutch and gave us his old one that still worked okay.
Oh, his looked really new. That's the old versus the semi-used. There's about 10,000 kilometers on this one. This one definitely looks burnt. I've never replaced a clutch before, so I'm not sure what it's supposed to look like. The friction plates though look in very good condition. There's still plenty of material left on there. I'm just going to replace the whole thing with the used one that my uncle gave me and see if that makes any difference with the stiffer springs too.
The gasket was in really good condition, so I ended up not replacing it. It's only 17 bucks to get a new gasket, but I didn't have it on hand and didn't feel like waiting for it with the bike apart. To my amazement, the new old clutch works perfectly fine. The pressure in my lever is back to normal. Actually better than it used to be before. It was really soft, now it's pretty tight. And other than one of the bolts on the casing snapping in half, everything went really well. Did a full oil change with Castrol mineral oil. We went out that night and it worked beautifully.